Another thing people need to do is always take responsibility for their own actions. If you live in a world where you're blaming people for where you're at, then you're never going to get out of it. It's almost a cancer on yourself by believing that someone else caused you to be where you're at. Everything that happens for you in life is usually mostly internal. It's not external forces, but internal forces. Because the worst enemy you ever meet in your entire life is the one you see in the mirror every single morning. That person would do more harm to you than anyone else. So you want to make sure you have a check on that person. And it begins by taking responsibility for your own actions, for sure. Something also very, very important, and because this is going to happen to everybody, is learning how to resolve conflict, because they're coming. Business, I'm a believer in locking hands instead of locking horns, and I'll do everything I can, knowing that even if the perception is I lost, in my mind, as long as I know I won, I won. But it's not about winning. Sometimes it's really about getting through it, surviving it, because business, especially in business, but personal too, relationships, you're going to have conflict. They're coming. They're always coming. But I'm proud to say that we have remained out of a lot of lawsuits for good reason, and you got to be very proactive. But I just think that's one thing most people don't understand, that when they get into a conflict with someone or some organization, that it's about them winning. That winning is not always the most important aspect of it. It's about surviving it and getting through it to the other side, so you can continue on your path that you want to be on, because you don't want to get knocked off your course. You just don't. And it can be easily done in this day and age, especially with social media and technology and all. All you got to do is Google someone's name, and it'll tell you a lot about that person almost instantaneously. So guard your reputation, the most important asset you'll ever own.
That's powerful, about locking hands instead of locking horns. A lot of people don't understand, because ego get in people's way. People get egotistical, and then they lose their jobs and livelihoods and businesses and families and everything. So I love this locking hands instead of locking horns.
Yeah, lock hands instead of locking horns.
Conflict, that's something, because there's a lot of people who run away from conflict. But I love your advice over here that you should learn how to deal with conflict.
Right.